Hip Hop Nation, Nina Nine here for a very special Black History Month special, actually. And I have LaRussell joining me.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Lovely. Incredible.
Well, I hope you're ready for this. We've actually been just putting on different artists that we feel like, is going to make a big impression this year. And we want to just salute y'all, put y'all on, talk to you a little bit. So we are talking to different artists that are making and creating historic moments in music as we celebrate our Black history culture.
Come on.
So I want to start off, of course, with you, LaRussell. New artist. A lot of people know you. Some people may not. You got to tell me how you got your start into the game.
I wouldn't say new. I've been doing this for a minute.
But you was under a different name, right?
Yeah, yep. So early
What
on,
was
I
the
used to
name?
go by Total Shakur.
Okay.
And in 2019, I eventually merged to LaRussell, which is my real name. The music it was calling me. I was telling my stories that was just very authentic to my life, so I had to make that change. But I've been doing this for a minute, we just been dropping content and dropping music and albums. I'm on like my 24th album. And
24th?
yeah.
No way.
Yeah. The catalog's extensive.
24th?
The catalog's extensive.
Wow. How many albums did you drop a year?
So last year I dropped 8. The year prior I
Wow.
dropped 6. And before that I've just kind of, spaced out. And this year I'll probably drop another 10 to 12.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
not slowing down with the music. Now, a lot of artists would look at that as like a overload. What makes you feel like, okay, I can continue to give the fans, all this music and it won't, like drown me out. Like I won't be oversaturated.
Would you rather own one house or 100? It's as simple as that. I look at albums as properties. My family own percentages of them, my best friends, my community. So,
Of your albums.
Of my albums, yeah. I
Nice.
share revenue in my albums with the people around me and the people who help me. So if I just have one, then that makes it very difficult for me to share the pie and share the wealth. But if I have 100,
Then
it
it's
makes
all
it
up.
very easy. I don't really believe in oversaturation. I think if it's good, then it's good and you enjoy it. We have things that we eat every day or utilize every day that just like we're never oversaturated with it. We drink
That's
water
true.
all the time.
That's what's up. I mean, I do think now, like before, I feel like, actually, no, not even before, because, DMX used to put out like 100 albums in a year. So, I mean, more is actually kind of good. Like, and right now, I feel like people are always looking for that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got this, but I want something
Especially
else.
if it's new flavors. Like, I wouldn't do it if I was making the same music over and over. Like, if you have the same sound and you're just constantly remaking the same song, same beats, then yeah, it would get tiresome. But all of my albums have different sounds, different sonics. Some are R&B, some are more popular, some are hip hop. So there's a different sound and vibe to every single one. So I'm able to release, an album
Different
a month
ones.
apart and give you a completely different experience.
Was that the plan from the beginning?
Nah, it just kind of became my cadence, It's kind of like running. Like if you're jogging, some people could jog the whole block and some got to stop in spurts. And I'm just like, it's just my cadence now. Like whenever I don't drop music for a while, I just feel off.
So you're
Right.
like, I got to keep going.
I got to
pushing it.
give, if I got it, I got to give it.
So, with your start and from when you started, what were some of the hardships that you faced to get to even where you are now?
Lack of resource, lack of capital, lack of enthusiasm at times, doubt.
That's a big one.
Yeah, everything that kind of insecurity, being scared to kind of release music and share it and feeling confident in the art that I was creating. Everything that kind of comes with putting yourself out there and doing something new. I've never had anyone in my family make it, so it was a foreign idea.
Mm-hmm. So, with all of that and everything you had to go through, because there's a lot of listeners right now that are like, I'm trying to be the next LaRussell. I'm trying to be the next big thing. What would you tell them to get over all of those hardships? How do you get past that?
I think you have to love it first and foremost. Like, you really have to love it. Like, I would do this if I made no money, if I got invited to no radio stations, if there was no incentive, I would do it. I love to make music. And from there, I think you have to be very consistent. He who is willing is who will, right? You can't stop someone who absolutely wants it. And that's usually the difference between people who make it and who don't. The people who don't make it are the people who just didn't want it that much. They weren't willing to do everything they had to do to make it.
Okay, Pastor LaRussell in
Come on.
here. Hip Hop Nation, we are celebrating Black History Month right here with LaRussell. Let's play some music.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get back into it.
Love it.
Nina Nine here with LaRussell, still celebrating Black History Month, our Black culture. And I actually want to talk a little bit about that. So, of course, Black History Month is a celebration of culture and paying tribute to people and events. So I want to know your most historic moment in your career this far.
Wow. I bought out a restaurant in my city for about 2 months, and I allowed everyone to eat for whatever price they could afford. The people who couldn't afford it got to eat for free. And I think that was the most historic moment because we've had so many people make it, and that hasn't happened. I've never witnessed it through my experience here on Earth or in my neighborhood or anything. I've never experienced that, so I feel like that was history.
That's definitely history.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally feeding the community
Right.
in a different way, which is dope because it's like, okay, I could go into a restaurant, pick what I actually want, and tell you what I'm going to pay for it.
Exactly.
So how did that work? Did anybody come in and be like, I don't want to pay nothing for this?
Yeah, of
They
course.
did.
Of course. And there was a lot of people who couldn't afford to pay who never get to eat, right? So
Right.
we gave them an opportunity to eat and they never get to. So it wasn't really about, when I did it, I wasn't looking at it as a monetary thing. I knew I wasn't going to make a bunch of money back, but what I knew I was going to do was impact people and actually change lives, which I feel like is important. You know, a lot of people do like backpack drives or like Thanksgiving drives, and it's like that's
For a
one
holiday.
meal for one day, you know. And even with a backpack, it's like if a kid is hungry, I don't give a I don't care about a you know, that doesn't do much for my life. So
Yeah.
to me, it wasn't even about the money. It was just about the fact that we have such a high homeless population in
Very
Vallejo, and just the city just it's been through treacherous times, you know. So people being able to eat is just a very important thing, you know. That's something that every human should have access to.
So how long did you keep this open?
We did it for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It's a very expensive thing to do, but I learned so much, and I'm so happy that I did it.
So what was the biggest take from it? Like the biggest thing you learned?
That it was possible, right? I learned that all the issues that we deal with in my community and in the hood, it's like they could be combated. People just aren't doing anything, right? It took me, an independent rapper from Vallejo, to feed the community, and the government gets millions of dollars, and they haven't done it. So it just really altered my perspective and outlook on the people who run these cities and what they do and how much they care.
So in your city, how much do you see them helping with the community? Is there any help at all?
They paint stairs.
Not paint stairs.
You know, there's actually just recently though we had floods, like bad storming.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
I did see online that there was like they opened up shelters for people to come in, and I thought that was monumental, and I'm really grateful that they did that. So whoever
They're
in the
supposed to
city
do
made
that, like
right, and that's the thing, they're supposed to, but they don't. So that they did, I do like to commend them for that. But yeah, they paint stairs.
Shout out to them for that.
They write Black Lives Matters on the streets, you know.
Oh my God.
That helps.
Well, that's a dope concept though. Where did you even come up with that idea to even like? Because did you have to shut down the restaurant to make it this way, or
kinda? So I shut it down and we renovated it and everything, and then yeah, we opened it up for the public. It's an active restaurant, but usually they don't do Proud to Pay. So initially, this year we've done about 4 Proud to Pay brunches where
that's the same thing that you've done. Okay.
Yeah, so but it was for a day, so I allowed people to come in for that day, pay whatever they want, and I would perform after. So this time It was close to the holidays, and it was like, let's do a little bit more.
Okay. And the owner, like, he was just like,
The
cool, let's
owner's
shut
my
it down.
dog, man. He's a
Okay.
fan. He helps out. He pulls up to shows. Sometimes they cater,
Oh,
man.
nice.
He's the homie.
So
So
he's
it
down
may,
with it. He's like, let's do it.
He's down, and it's grown the restaurant. You know, more people go support now. They understand what their money is going towards. Right? It's bigger than just eating.
Yeah. It's actually like, okay, y'all did look out for me. I'm coming back to support you too.
Exactly.
That's a big thing. Well, I definitely want to celebrate. Well, we on Hip Hop Nation want to celebrate with you all the wins that you have seen. So tell me about a couple of those wins that you have seen that you feel like are just, made a difference in your life.
So that, Sway, Breakfast Club,
The
these are
freestyles.
platforms that are, black established with black people who just built something from the ground up. Being able to pay my team, being able to take care of my family, those are major wins. And
Especially now.
just being a revolutionary in music, doing things that are new, going against an industry that hasn't been that fair to artists coming up and showing people that it's possible. I'm an independent artist and I'm on all of the same platforms as the major artists, but I don't have major backing. So the biggest win to me is just like showing that this is all possible. It's really a possibility. It could happen.
And it could happen for y'all out there listening too.
Fact.
LaRussell is here with me, Hip Hop Nation. We are celebrating Black History Month. We're going to play some music and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Nation, Nina 9, still here with LaRussell. I know everybody was calling you L.A. Russell at one point.
Yeah,
I know you was like, look, this is not I know I'm from California, but.
Right. When I'm in L.A., I'm L.A. Russell.
When you in L.A., okay. You'll take that name at that point. Well, everyone out there, it's LaRussell. Make sure y'all go get everything that he 24 albums, right?
Yeah.
24 albums. That is insane. I'm gonna have to go back and try to listen to as many as possible.
You should. The catalog is crazy. It's a worthy venture. You should go back. You're gonna love it.
Are you talking about back to what was the other name you had?
Total Shakur.
So are you talking about that is included in the 24?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So make sure y'all go check him out all over your internet. You know how to Google and get it.
Come on.
But you actually just dropped a project too, right? Didn't you drop a project recently?
Several.
The newest one.
Yes.
That was like what, a couple months ago?
Omaha. No, I just dropped a project about 2.5 weeks ago.
2.5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks ago. It's called
Omaha.
Make sure y'all go look out for that. You got videos up?
Everything.
Of course.
Come on.
He got 24,000 videos, 24 albums.
Yeah.
All the content is up there. Go check him out. Follow him too. What's your socials?
I'm at LaRussell under everything, and then my company is Good Company, spelled COMPENNY.
I love that. I absolutely love how you became creative with that. I don't think I would have even thought about it until I actually saw it written. But where did you get that from? Why is it called Good Company with penny in it?
Well, I feel like pennies are undervalued, right? You'll walk past a penny if you walk in, but if you stopped and picked up all the pennies you walk past throughout your whole life, you probably have a decent amount of money, right? But none of us really value pennies because they told us that the worth of it was just 1 cent, so we kind of just whatever. So it's just like a play on value,
That's true. You're going to have me start picking up pennies now. But I do want to talk to you now about Black History Month, since we're doing this Black History Month special. I want to know, tell me about some people who created Black history before you that you look up to. Like, who could you give me like your own Mount Rushmore?
That's a tough one. There's so many great people who accomplish great things. Tupac.
Good one.
My mind is sending me
all over the place.
I'm going through years of because it's like if
so
you
many.
surpass people, right? Because you have people like Frederick Douglass, where it's like
well,
the
in
infrastructure
hip-hop,
to.
not just
Oh,
in
you mean in
hip-hop.
hip
Just
hop?
in
Oh,
hip-hop.
okay, that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give you that
Okay.
broad of a question. Like,
I'm
just
gonna
in
go
hip-hop.
Tupac. I'm gonna go Hove. I'm gonna go Diddy. And I'm gonna go Birdman.
Crazy. And all of those, y'all hear the names, y'all know, definitely big influencers of hip hop. But how did each person impact what you're doing today?
They all laid blueprints to what I'm doing, right? Birdman, just what he did with Cash Money, that initial deal with Republic was a deal that was never seen before. He did the impossible, right?
Yeah.
He made the impossible possible, right? So now it's like when I approach deals, I'm like, well, you can't tell me it can't be done because I've seen them do it,
Right.
right? So that changes the landscape. Tupac, another where he just altered the landscape. We never got to witness somebody be so authentic, right? So authentic to a point where you're like, where it's kind of, you don't know. It's like, is this okay, right? Like, he was super authentic and just real and genuine,
Yeah.
and you could hear it and see it in every video clip, in every tone. You know, he had that very iconic moment when he was in court, and he had that speech where he was telling them, like, y'all can't even look me in my eyes, but you judging me, and you finna alter the state of my life, and
Yeah.
you refuse to even look at me, right? Like, those are powerful things that we look at these people as artists, but just as a human, like, that's some very impactful things. There's some of these humans where, you know, when they pass, the ground shook.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different level of impact in the world. Hove, very similar. Like, he was just able to build, you know, he's a black billionaire, and to have that start from music, you know, and to take street knowledge and what you had to learn from the neighborhood and turn that into $1 billion empire and corporation. Insane. And similar with Diddy, you know, being able to have the grit that it takes to take something from 0 to 100. People don't understand how hard it is, especially in today's time, because we have the internet and social media, and we see so many people get lucky that people think that that's the standard, right? I could just blow up on TikTok and my life would change, and it's like,
I think a lot of people think like that
right?
now.
You feel me? And I'm someone who didn't rely on luck. There's no part of my journey that was luck. I worked for everything, right? And back then, you know, they had that similar thing. They couldn't rely on luck. They had to go get it.
Yeah, you definitely had to put in work. And even if I look at certain things and I'm like, you know, sometimes people that rely on luck, it kind of looks like, okay, you could rely on it and it could actually happen, but that doesn't mean there's going to be longevity with it.
Oh man, your luck's gonna run out.
Exactly.
Luck always runs out. Luck always runs out, right?
That's
you
real.
just you never want to be in the room because you're lucky. I'd never feel good if I walked into this room and y'all was like, "Hey man, you're so lucky to be here." I'd walk out. You feel me? Like, you never want that to be the foundation you're standing on.
Yeah.
I don't want luck to be the foundation my home is built on.
Right. No. Not at all. Not at all. That's what's up. LaRussell is here with me, Hip Hop Nation. This is a Black History Month special we're bringing to you all month long with very different artists who we believe will be making a real big impact in 2023. So we're believing in you. We hope to see you, you know, doing a lot of things.
Love it.
Still not letting you go yet. We go play some music though, and then we'll be right back.
Come on.
Hip Hop Nation, Nina Nine, still here with LaRussell. Of course, Black History Month is what we're talking about. We're celebrating all the Black figures, everyone that contributed to our Black culture. And LaRussell is here with us. He is an emerging artist. I don't even know if I could say emerging because
think I'm emerging.
Yeah, you're like already there. It's like a takeover is just waiting to happen. So LaRussell, we're not gonna say emerging. We're just gonna say an artist who's definitely putting in that work. And it's just amazing some of the things I've seen you do. Even some of the same things you've told me today. Like, I've never seen an artist do a lot of these things and take the time out to even, you know, while you're coming up, you're still looking out for your community instead of waiting until, you know, you're $10 million in and then coming back.
We don't have that kind of time. People are hungry now.
That's very true.
Not $10 million later.
That's very true. So I do want to talk to you about legacy. So what is it that you would love to say? Like, once you were older and you were able to look back, what is it that you would love to say, like, you accomplished? Like, do you have goals set or?
Everything I'm doing, It's things that I would like to say I've accomplished after. I feel like I'm doing all those things, sharing revenue and improving the community and building new infrastructure and laying new blueprints and helping people as much as I can. I think my legacy is being fully established through my current work. I don't really have like any big goal. I just kind of move from the heart, and the things that I feel passionate about are the things that I do, and I hope that the impact that they leave, kind of creates that legacy.
So what is it that you would want the new generation behind you to see and look at you as? Like, what is the one thing that you would want them to take from you? If they could only take one thing, what is that one thing they need that would be such value?
Possibility. I'm hyperhuman. like I'm super regular. You never see me in anything kind of excessive or extra. I look like the normal person. I talk like a normal person. Like I'm hyper regular, and I succeeded because I worked hard. And I think that's the greatest takeaway for me, is like knowing that you can do something. Some things look impossible because people make it look impossible, right? But when you see somebody that kind of looks like you and talks like you, and they're from where you from, and like I walk around my neighborhood, I still go pick my daughter, like I'm actively there, so the kids there know this is real, right? It's not a figment and a thing that may happen
That I can
it's
only
like
see on my phone.
Right. It doesn't exist just in the digital world. It's a real thing. So with me, it's just possibility. Like, you can actually do this, right? It's a real thing.
That's what's up. And I hope all of you up and coming artists that are trying to get on, like, I hope y'all are paying attention, because he's dropping some knowledge.
Come on.
And I definitely want to salute you once again for all that you've got going on. Like, the way your freestyles took off and just went crazy from Sway to the Leakers, and it just was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, you just kind of busted in the door like, oh, I'm here.
Love it.
So what can we look forward to from you next? Like, what's coming?
I'm building Disneyland right now at home. That's what I've been talking about as of recently. So last year I built a venue in my backyard. We call it the Pergola.
What?
I'm the first artist to own their
Wait a
own
minute,
venue.
wait a minute. You have a venue in your backyard.
Yeah.
It's called what?
The Pergola. So
now,
we did a series of just really big shows in the backyard, and a lot of people fly out from all over the world to see it, and we created our own ticketing system so we don't have to, deal with the greed of the big ticket corporations. So all of my shows are offer based shows, so you could decide what it's worth to you and make an offer. And so I have the only show in the world where you can get in if you have $1, maybe, or you can get in if you have 200, right? So we opened that door, and we're just building more infrastructure. I'm just building all the pieces that someone would need to make it without having to go through the major system to do it.
And that's dope. So with your company, are you looking for artists to sign, or just
we don't sign artists, we just help them? So I've helped a ton of artists go from zero to having a fan base and making income.
Wow.
And we don't sign anyone because I don't want to be responsible for anyone or own anyone's
a lot of
stuff.
Work.
We just help, and we get a percentage of the back end of what we help, and that's kind of that's my ideology for everything I do. Like, I don't want to take your shit. I just want to
help you, and then we both win.
Just give me some pie if I help bake it. Give me a slice.
Right. That's crazy. That's insane.
Right.
That's insane. Like, this is something that I don't think anybody.
Which
I don't
is
know
so
if anybody
crazy.
has thought
It's
about
insane,
this.
but it's not. Like, this is really how things should. This is
how it should.
This
but
is like how the world used to work during trade and barter, right? You have something of value and you assist, right?
But when was that? When was the last time that happened?
Right.
So now it's like, for you to even offer this. So if somebody wanted to work with you or submit some music or deal with you, how could they do that?
They just had to make dope stuff, and I always see it. So every artist that I've helped thus far, and when I say help, we take from everything. I will give you 20, 30 pieces of content, help you write songs, release it, distribute. I help put you on shows, book everything for free of charge. But it's really just make dope music and make dope content, and we see it. I only really work with artists that I love genuinely. It's like, no, I love this, I have to help, right? I'm one of those people where if I see you need help, I have to help you regardless of your state. Not $10 million later, right? Imagine someone bleeding out in the street and you're like, wait, once I make $10 million, I'm going to come back and help you with this.
I'm gonna stitch you up.
I got you, don't worry about it, just hold tight till then. Right, so yeah, man. If I love it, I'm gonna do something.
So have the labels reached out to you about this situation you're doing? Because this is like competition, to be honest.
All of them, and it's very difficult for them to grasp.
Yeah, because
you're
doing, taking away from what they sell, basically. You know, like these are opportunities that they can't give.
Not without taking a whole lot from
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Right?
Like it's a different.
But they can. They just refuse to, and that's the issue. They can. The labels can do it. They just refuse to do it.
And this is your new start. Listen, I salute you, because this could potentially be.
It will.
The new way. That'll be insane. Like, because a lot of people need help. There's so many artists that I see.
They just need help.
Dope.
They just need help.
They need that help. They just need that one little push.
Right? And they need genuine help. Like, labels don't offer genuine help. I feel like if anyone says, I want to help you, and then you say, but I don't want to sign that, and they say, all right, well, I'm not going to do nothing, then they don't really want to help you, right? Because true help doesn't really, you know. Like, you don't just decide to not pick someone up off the ground because they don't want to do 5 years with you. You feel me? If you really want to help, you're just going to do it.
That's true.
Right? So, yeah, artists need genuine help and genuine people that care about their art, right? And I think for you to do that, you had to have been in a similar position. And a lot of these labels are owned by people that never made art. They don't even understand the value of what this is and how much lifetime you put into it. Like, they don't understand that. It's a business investment for them. Like, when you think of certain labels, they're so big, they make movies. They not worried about your art. It's an investment. Sony makes PlayStations.
Right.
They not worried about your song.
Not they make PlayStations. I didn't think about that, but that's funny.
They make PlayStations.
That's real.
You know, like, it's very easy for them to disregard your art because we're going to sell 1 million PlayStations.
That's insane. But I like I said, I commend you, because I do feel like this is a part of Black history. This will become something that we can say is Black history.
Yeah.
This is news created by you. Like, this is insane. I love it. And I love to see you starting off. So I'm looking forward to see it grow.
Honored. I appreciate it.
LaRussell, thank you for stopping through. Once again, give Hip Hop Nation your socials so they can follow you.
Of course. I'm at LaRussell everywhere and at Good Company everywhere.
Make sure y'all follow him, keep up, and look out for everything on the way. And, of course, continue to celebrate and enjoy your Black History Month. Anything you want to tell your fans before you go?
Nope.
Nothing? Nothing?
I have nothing. He who is willing is who will. That's
what he's gonna leave you with. But make sure y'all hit him up. Look, I'm telling y'all, this Good Company, Black history.
Love it.
Love it too.